Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Danny Kershone. I'm a junior at USF. I'm a finance major, and I'm from Paramus, New Jersey. Little background info on me is I have three older brothers, and one of them actually attended USF and graduated with a finance degree, and now works for UBS in New York City. I'm actually trying to go down the same path as well and join the business world, more specifically finance. So this is my Tableau 2 project, and I definitely thought it was interesting, and I learned a lot throughout the process. So here we have the original Tableau 2 sales data sheet. All I did was just insert it into Tableau, and I also added a profit margin column. And here you could see if you scroll to the right, that's to go with country, region, state, zip code, etc. So now we're gonna flip to the first page, and this is the sum profit by department by region. So the data. The first sheet shows some profits by department, that is then broken down into regions. As you can see, you have each specific department as grocery, paper products, and personal. Um, as you could also see, personal items had the most profit, according to region, and whereas paper products generate the least amount of profits. I found it interesting that each department had the highest profits in the East and West region, so I wanted to look more into that going forward. Starting with this data, I decided I wanted to figure out a way to increase paper products profits. Since I have a general understanding of business operations, sales promotions, and other strategies can help boost overall demand, which would then obviously increase sales and profits. Now we're going to go to the second sheet. So the second sheet shows sum of sales by state. Since each department had the highest profits in the East and West regions, I wanted to see which state specifically made those regions have such high profits. As we can see in the worksheet, California, New York, and Pennsylvania have the highest sales, which then makes sense why the East and West regions have such high profits. Since we just looked at the sum of sales by state, next I wanted to look at the profit margins across the country. So like I just said here, you can see California, New York, and if you scroll to the right just a little bit, you can see Pennsylvania is third. So now we're gonna go to the next sheet, which is average profit margin map. So this sheet shows a map of the average profit margin by state. I wanted to look at this to see which regions had the highest average profit margin. I was hoping that this would provide an explanation of why the East and West regions have such higher profits. From the map, the whole country has pretty similar profit margins, ranging from 40 to 50%. Although I did notice that a lot of states on the East and West regions consistently had average profit margins in the high 40s. This worksheet explains why the total profits were so much higher for each department in the East and West regions. Now we're going to go to the next sheet. So next I created a map that showed the total sales in only the East and West regions. Since those regions had the highest average profit margins, I wanted to look at the sales in those regions. In order to increase profits for the paper products department, it is important to focus on selling in regions that have the highest profit margin in order to be the most efficient. This worksheet showed me the sales in these two regions, as you can see, that are highlighted. Um, so next I created my dashboard, which as you can see compares the two worksheets of maps that I created earlier. I wanted to look at a comparison of the map of the whole country compared to the map of just the East and West regions. Since the East and West regions had the highest average profit margins, I wanted to look at paper products total sales in those two regions to see if they could improve. This is key in increasing total profits for the paper products department, and I was able to determine that from this dashboard. So now I have my storyboard. So I created a storyboard with a plan to increase profits for the paper products department. First, I showed that personal products had the highest profits. Next, I showed the three states where profits were highest, which were California, New York, and Pennsylvania. As you could see um, from the graph, you have California, New York, and Pennsylvania right here. Um, so my next slide showed a map of average profit margin of the whole country, but I only kept the East and West regions. Here, that's East and West regions. This was to show the high profit margin in both of these regions. I also showed the map which showed total profits for the East and West regions to show that these numbers could be higher for paper products, for the paper products department. Since the paper products department has highest profits in the East and West regions, we want to look at profit margins in those specific regions, as you can see that is highlighted in the video. Then I included my dashboard to show the best way to increase profits for paper products department. Focusing selling in the East and West regions should increase sales, and since the profit margin is high in those regions, increase the overall profit for paper products department. Overall, I thought the project was pretty straightforward and didn't encounter any major problems while doing so. Thank you, and that's my Tableau 2 project.